on to May the 26th. I'll start from 2017 and then I will go to 2015. 2016 and 14 weren't done. Some things should not happen, but they do. Children in Victorian classrooms are asking questions and discussing the Manchester terror hit. They don't comprehend the enormity of it. Neither do the press. To the press, it is part of a political game. As long as they can hate Trump, bemoan Brexit, and oppose a mythical war on Islam, they are happy. Only there is no war on Islam. Neither should there be. Islam is a pathetic, broken right now, offering little worthwhile to its adherents worldwide. There is no worldwide example of virtue owing to Islam at the moment. In Victoria, I hear people say Dan Andrews is doing the best he can with a short deck. At least he's trying, except there is no example of competency anywhere in his performance as Premier of Victoria. For example, level crossings are being removed to make public transport safer. That is a conservative idea the ALP are copying badly. Because while the Conservatives can do it on budget without inconveniencing commuters, Dan Andrews has created a super expensive body to oversee the construction, and the resultant lags and delays can be seen by the commuter, who is likely to assume that is Dan Andrews working as well as he can, which is a sad indictment if true. The Australian Labor Party is not competent in Victoria. No one is fighting Muslims at the moment, except other Muslims. In 47 BC, Julius Caesar visited Tarsus on his way to Pontus, where he met enthusiastic support, but where, according to Cicero, Cassius was planning to kill him at this point. 3 years later, Julius was backstabbed to death. In 17, Germanicus returned to Rome as a conquering hero. He celebrated a triumph for his victories over the Cherusci, the Chatti, and other German tribes west of the Elbe. 2 years later, Germanicus was dead under suspicious circumstances. Some said he was poisoned on order of Tiberius. Some said he was the Roman equivalent of Alexander the Great, dying young, having achieved much. However, he was a bit like Kennedy. His alleged killer was killed before being questioned. 451, the Battle of Avarir between Armenian rebels and the Sassanid Empire took place. The empire defeated the Armenians militarily, but guaranteed them freedom to openly practice Christianity. In 946, King Edmund I of England was murdered by a thief whom he personally attacked while celebrating St. Augustine's Mass Day. He had been feasting with nobles when he spotted the exiled thief Leofa. He personally fought Leofa and was killed, as was Leofa, immediately after by others. In 1328, William of Ockham, the Franciscan minister-general Michael of Cesana, and 2 other Franciscan leaders secretly left Avignon, fearing a death sentence from Pope John XXII. They had right to fear the sentence because the Franciscans were caught in a power play between the Pope and the Holy Roman Empire. Ockham became famous for his razor, and he chose the best, simplest solution by making the emperor his patron. William was not accused of heresy, merely of using works deemed heretical. In 1538, Geneva expelled John Calvin and his followers from the city. Calvin lived in exile in Strasbourg for the next 3 years. In 1647, Elsa Young, hanged in Harcourt, Connecticut, became the first person executed as a witch in the British American colonies. The records do not exist as to why she was thought to be a witch, but it is doubtful that she actually performed magic. There is a suggestion that she had no son and 1 daughter, and so stood to inherit on the event of her husband's death, but she died first. In 1770, the Orlov Revolt, an attempted revolt against the Ottoman Empire before the Greek War of Independence, ended in disaster for the Greeks. Russia had egged Greece on, but wiped her hands after the loss. Russia benefited from the confusion. Greeks were hurt by the reprisals.